Come on, don't be shy. Okay, never mind. I'll start the ball rolling. So, how do you all get your inspiration to do this film together?
Um, we started working on the film from about 3 years ago. I think it started um, from a trip we took to Cambodia. It was like a graduation trip for us.
I think what shaded our trip was we watched a film with Spalding Gray called Swimming to Cambodia. It's directed by Jonathan Demme, and that probably colored our trip. And I think, yeah, it went from there.
How about the story? How did it get developed?
I think we were very much influenced by a whole host of different things, like what we were reading at the time and I guess in terms of film, Death in Venice and Last Year Marriott were our biggest film influences, and the story, it was quite organic, I guess.
Okay, anyone has any questions? Okay, over there, sorry, the lady over there.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, how does it work for two directors or to work on set?
We usually argue before, so on set there's no arguments, ideally. Yeah, before and after.
So who talks to the actor?
I think it depends from scene to scene and the shot. We will discuss it before we go on set, and then we'll see who takes the lead from scene to scene.
Okay, how about just now that gentleman?
It's just a question on casting. Like, why and how did you cast Glenn Gui and the other two actors as well?
The actors were based on. We had a pretty specific idea of what we were going for when we were writing, so we just thought that Glenn suited it due to his background, international background. So basically, we just asked him, and he said, "Cool."
Did he like look at a script or something?
We auditioned him actually. Actually, no. We just said want to come to Cambodia, and he agreed because he had spare time. The other actor, we were looking for someone who's like a foil for Glenn, someone who's like totally different. So we asked one of our friends, Dick, who's here somewhere, and she recommended AJ Amarin, the Thai dude, and Erin, who we casted from here again. Like Glenn, she had an interesting international background. She's British, but she was brought up in Singapore. And we thought that was really interesting. And of course, she has her own sort of aura, I think.
Any questions? Okay, the lady again.
So it's quite unusual to have one kind of like quotation woman with two Asian guys. Did you write it in that way, or it happened due to casting?
Well, yeah, it was actually in the writing, yeah, because I think when we visited Cambodia, we found that it was a very cosmopolitan city, and we thought that it should be reflected in the casting. So you have a British girl, a mixed young guy, and you have Glenn.
Anyone has any more questions?
How did you work with your cinematographer?
Okay, I'll just repeat the question first. He asked about cinematography. How did they work with the cinematographer?
Eugene, how do we work with them? I think we had, like we were saying earlier, we had certain films in mind, we had certain artworks in mind, and before we were on set, we talked with her a lot. We discussed with her mood, ideas we had, and then when we went on set, obviously, it's not ideal, so you adjust according to what you see. But I mean, on set, basically, because of the discussions we had before going on set, she just, yeah, on set she just took charge. And yeah, and we've worked with her like many times before, so I think that she has a pretty clear idea of yeah, and we trust her, of course.
Okay, over there.
I was wondering about your the choice of subtitling. Was it a stylized choice?
The question was the subtitling a stylized choice?
Does it look stylized?
I was just wondering, like, why subtitling?
Okay, I prefer films without subtitles actually, but we saw a couple of, we were worried that people were mumbling too much in the film, so we decided to put subtitles in, and we liked yellow subtitles because we saw a film with yellow subtitles.
How much do you make the film for? The money question.
In terms of cash, it was about 40,000, but in terms of everyone's, because we had a lot of support in kind, like our crew members and our cast were basically working for food,
Yeah, for
food and lodgings. Yeah, so.
And we had support from a couple of companies that you saw in that long credit sequence, like Canon, the hotel, wardrobe, local designers, yeah.
So it literally be like a little bit here and there, like one dress here, one hat there, right?
Yeah. And Glenn's wonderful wardrobe, of course.
So Glenn's wardrobe was fully sponsored by Glenn.
Okay, how about you? You had a question, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I have two questions actually. The first question is how long was the production period, including pre-production, production, and post-production? And the second question is how close or how far is the effect of the cinematographer different from what you expect? Yeah, for both the directors.
Okay, I repeat the question that he asked. The first question is how long did the whole production process take, from pre-production, production to post-production? Maybe you want to answer that first?
The whole project took us about 3 years, but in that 3 years, a lot of time went to just development, writing, going back to Cambodia, scouting. So
Also doing other things at the time.
So we were also studying at the time. But in terms of production period when we were shooting, it was about, we were all there for 3 weeks. We shot for about 2.5. Post-production, we wrapped last year about May. I mean, in terms of, oh yeah, we wrapped the shoot last year about June, right? July, and yeah, so we just finished it.
Yeah, because we got jobs in between, so yeah, money first, yeah, bills first.
The second question was how different was the cinematography that was taken as compared to what you all visualized initially?
How was it different?
Is it different or is it very close to what you expect?
It was very different, but I think it should be anyway, because if you have something in mind, it's like nothing is ideal when you're on set. You know, something will happen. Some person will refuse to barge, so you can't adjust your frame. You know that. Yeah, there's all sorts of things, but you work with what you have, and you know, we had a cinematographer that we trusted, so we weren't worried at any point. You know, yeah, I mean, that's part of the fun, that it's not what you expect it to be.
Thank you.
Yeah, question over here.
Was there a lot of time constraint in terms of the shooting?
Was there a lot of time constraint in terms of the shooting?
With certain locations, no, but with some locations, yes. Like when we shot at the temples, it was, yeah, it was quite tight. Both because of the amount of time that we had permission to shoot there, and also because obviously a lot of people visit the place, so it's, you know, you can't really block everyone all the time. And also, yeah, because we shot some stuff at sunrise and sunset, and that's like 15 minutes, 20 minutes to shoot. But generally, I think we we shot over 2.5 weeks, but we wanted to pace ourselves, so I don't think we went over 8 hours at all, any time. I hope I don't. No, I don't think we shot very long each day.